Here we are at Magnum Shooting Center in Colorado Springs. I'm with Josh Bindle, a First Intent SF veteran.
Sure.
And we are looking at the IWI Zine 15 or Z15 if you like, depending upon where you read it. But my idea was to come down here, shoot the gun with a pro, and see how it performed. Josh, what do you think overall of this rifle?
Overall, I thought it was a very nice rifle. As far as picking it up and being what it is, for the price, full rail system, picked the gun up, went out and shot it, had no issues with it. Felt great. The trigger felt great. The actual action inside, the movement of the bolt charging in and all that stuff felt very nice and smooth. For what the gun is selling at, I think it's a great price.
And when we're recording this, the price is $899 MSRP. Now, normally that would mean you probably find it for a little bit less street price. At the moment here in the fourth quarter of 2020, if you can find one, yay, congratulations. But nonetheless, as far as my enjoyment of the gun, I loved shooting it. I wanted to see how accurate is the gun. And I didn't know if I could be the best test case for that or not. So this is where Josh enters. I guess you've shot a few thousand rounds for similar platforms.
Yes, sir. I have. I've had a couple times of shooting.
Yeah.
A little bit.
On more continents than I have.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there we go. So anyways, that's what I want to do. I want to come down and just compare notes, see how the rifle performed, and see how well we could shoot it.
I thought we did a great job. I mean, all in all, way the gun operated and moved and handled, I thought it did a great job. Gonna check the gun clear, gun's unsafe. So when we're shooting this, I love the action of the bolt right off the bat.
And dry.
And we picked, like I said, we picked it up. It was right out of the box. It was nice and dry. Typically, I find ARs to be a little gritty inside when you first pick them up and they first come out of the box. The bolt moving back and forth with the charge handle is pretty smooth. You hear not a lot of friction going in there, and so which tells me that they did a pretty good job of cutting that out,
right,
and making it. So they got good quality products in there.
And oh, by the way, it still has had no lube. It's still as dry as.
Yes,
I mean, this is just straight up. This is the way it was.
Even after we shot, have you cleaned it yet?
No.
No. Okay, I don't think so. Moving into the gun, you got a full rail system coming in right here. You got your upper and lower. They got their grip on here. Not a bad grip. I'm more of an angled guy when it comes into the grip.
Yeah.
This one's a little bit more straight up and down, but it's no issue. I mean, it's an AR. I mean, you change it out if you don't want it.
And that's B5 Systems Furniture is what it is. The M-LOK here. No, the M-LOK rail here is actually aluminum.
Yes.
As opposed to some of the other brands out there.
Yeah. So getting into the M-LOK system, and the whole rifle itself, we're looking at about 6.5 pounds in weight total without the magazine. So I like the system. I like how it feels. I love how nice and light. So when you're picking it up, coming in ready to shoot. But the other good thing I like about this gun is it's supposed to be for the price you're getting and everything. The actual trigger on this gun, nice and smooth, nice clean break, and a nice crisp reset, ready to go back in. It doesn't take a lot of weight to get it to break, and it doesn't take a lot of very far for it to reset. Nice and clean, good positive feeling on it. So.
Which results in some pretty good shooting, right?
Right.
Yeah, so we're impressed. I mean, you can spend a lot of money to get an accurate AR. I mean, a lot of money.
Yes, you can.
Right?
So if you look at how ARs are selling nowadays, for the price that this gun is going at, with a full rail system, the only other AR that comes close to that is maybe possibly your Ruger. Again, I like the feeling of a gun. When I pull back on that charging handle, I like to hear that smooth action moving back and forth. Tells me there's not a lot of friction, which is going to help reduce a lot of that feeding issues that you can get with an AR and all that, reducing those malfunctions. So the only gun close to this in this price would be that Ruger MRP. But if I had a choice, I'd be picking up this one before I pick up that Ruger.
There you go. And they say the proof's in the pudding. In our case, it's in the shooting, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. So
that was the whole thing. Like, how can Josh shoot it versus how can I shoot it? So how did we do?
I thought we did pretty well. I mean, we shot a lot of different types of ammo, different types of weight and all that stuff to see if this gun was kind of particular about certain ones.
Yeah.
So what we found, largest grouping about 1 inch. Then most of the rest of the groupings are anywhere a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch grouping. I kind of tested it, shooting at 50 yards, basically just trying to put the rounds as close together. I would say that all in all, we did pretty well. So with that, the smallest one we had right here,
That's our Barnes Precision match, I believe, 69 grain.
69 grain, is a little bit less than maybe quarter-inch group right there. But all in all, most of those rounds were all nice and tight together.
Right on.
So
right on.
don't have an issue. And the cool thing is when you started shooting, we moved here, and we had basically 2 rounds right in the same hole, and 1 just a little bit outside, which is just recreating that sight picture again. So pretty good grouping all around.
Yeah,
Even for you.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped, honestly, because I shot after you.
Yes.
And so the bar was already set, which was
Right.
kind of the goal, but I did not expect to necessarily walk out feeling as good as I did.
Yes.
Running that gun. This is what I shot best with, I guess, was the Barnes 70 grain TSX. And yeah, literally, it's 3 shots, 2 holes basically here.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
can't beat that.
Yeah, no, it was pretty fun.
It was a great time. So, and the gun, again, the biggest thing about the gun, it never was lubricated right out of the box, and did a great job. So
Yeah, and I would expect that we could put a lot of rounds through it without even bothering to
I would-
suffer.
I would too. I mean, just hearing the gun, how it operates and moves, and feeling the gun, I think you put a couple hundred rounds through that gun without having to worry about it. Looking at what's been going on in this world today, here, especially in the United States, we've had people that never shot guns before, never even thought about having a gun in the house, are now buying guns.
Right, which means a gun like this would be great first AR.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm just thinking to myself, I have a few of these laying around,
Right?
and I wouldn't mind if this was my second or third AR.
Definitely. As a package, this gun coming together, I think it's a great price, great gun for the price.
So that's our review of this, the Zion 15 by IWI, or Z15 if you prefer. This AR is actually going to get our Rifle of the Year award. Why is that? I'll tell you why it's not. It's not that based on some new ambidextrous design that's super Gucci. It's not based on, oh, it's the most accurate 5.56 gun on the history of the planet. Nope, it's because this is a high quality build at a price point that is really, really impressive. I don't know how they did it. It's got everything that we talked about previously in the video, and still at an MSRP of, what was it, $8.99, right? Hopefully you saw that earlier. So with that in mind, from a value proposition standpoint, without compromising quality, we're going to award it the Rifle of the Year. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, be sure to subscribe, hit the notifications, and give us a like on this video. We'll see you next time.